All right, guys, we are back with top 8 hat format at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got Alex BDA on the left playing the Cat deck, also known as Curry Bandit Artifact Trap Tricks, versus Mario on the right playing Infernities. We'll see who moves on to top 4. I'm going to try my best to explain all the cards as they're being played, because some of us might not be too familiar with hat format. So BDA starts off by summoning Trap Tricks Murmillo, which, when it's normal summon, you add a normal hole trap card from your deck to your hand. But it's basically bottomless, Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare, regular Trap Hole, and a few others. Alright. Let's see. Let me go get this ready, because I know most of these cards, I won't have to search most of them. So BDA starts off by setting 3 and passes. So BDA went X01 in Swiss. He only drew with the Sheriff Los the last round, while Mario went X1. So we'll see. Mario's a regular on the channel. He's got 6 wins, while BDA is still trying to get that first. So, setting a monster in Infernity. What monster do they usually set in this deck? I can't think of anything that they would set. Maybe he drew a bunch of monsters. Okay, so I'm guessing he's going to activate Artifact Sanctum in the end phase, which Artifact Sanctum special summons an artifact monster from your deck. And Artifact Moral Attack, if it's special summoned during your opponent's turn, it destroys any face-up card your opponent controls, and it doesn't target, which is ridiculous. Alright, so here BDA normal summons another Trap Tricks Murmillo, this time searches Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare. So yeah, I think Mario's hand is bad. He had to set the Summoner Monk. So BDA attacks him directly with both Murmillos, dropping him down to 4,800. Yes, I'm only going to go over the hat cards. If the cards are available in Edison, I'm not going to go over them. Alright, I think BDA is an XYZ summon. Now, he knows he's playing against Infernity, so what XYZ... Or Exceed Summon. I saw someone complain about me calling it XYZ Summon. I don't remember. Exceed Summon. What rank 4 do you make against Infernities, though? We'll see. Dweller? I mean, what are you going to stop with Dweller? I guess the Stygian Street Patrol is like the only thing you stop with Dweller. So here, BDA sets 2 more. Oh, he's going to activate Abyss Dweller's effect during the draw phase. So Abyss Dweller is a quick effect during either player's turn. You basically turn off graveyard effects. Very good card. People have been calling it to get banned for years in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's how you know how powerful that card is. Okay, so this card I don't remember. It's a Photon Thrasher is what he just summoned. Okay. I think you can special summon it. Let me read. It's been a while since I saw this card. Thrasher cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand while you control no monsters. Cannot attack if you control another monster. So since it's the only monster Mario controls, it's a 2100 light monster warrior. So here, BDA activates Artifact Ignition, which for those of you guys who may know, it's basically an MST. But you must have another artifact monster in your deck. So you destroy and then set an artifact. So here, BDA basically MST'd his own Moral Attack. And Moral Attack, if it's special summoned, it gets destroyed, so it special summons itself. And if it's special summoned during your opponent's turn, it has the destruction effect. Destroy a face-up card that doesn't target. So quick game 1, Mario concedes. I think he drew all monsters that game. That's the weakness of Infernities. That's why they play probably 3 Grepher, Summoner Monk, because they gotta have no monsters in their hand or the deck can't play, as you saw there. Alright, so BDA takes game 1. So we'll see if Mario can pull off the backdoor 2-0. Alright. I think all of Mario's wins came in Edison. I don't think he won Tengu. He did make the finals in Tengu format, though I remember once. Maybe twice, but I remember one time in particular he made the finals in Tengu. Oh no, never mind. He did win once in Tengu with 6 Samurai. I forgot about that one. Okay, so Mario summons Street Patrol, activates Instant Fusion, and getting Max Seed on Instant Fusion is devastating. What do? Your monster is going to die at the end phase if you don't exceed summon, so he's going to have to make a choice here. Alright, so those Maxi is during Either player's turn, you can discard it from your hand to the graveyard, and each time your opponent special summons, you draw one card. My friends joke this is the best card ever printed in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's hard not to, like, yeah, I can't think of one that's better than Max C. Okay, so he is going to XYZ summon for... He's going to give him an extra draw. So he already drew one card from the Instant Fusion summon, and now for the Exceed summon. I think he's going to go Lavalval Chain, because he... Yeah, I think he's going to go Lavalval Chain. Yes, Lavalval Chain. Activates Lavalval Chain's effect. Detaches Stage and Street Patrol, so he can either A, send any card from his deck to the graveyard, or put a monster on top of his deck. So let's see which one he decides to do. Now, Stage and Street Patrol has an effect in the graveyard. You can banish it to special summon a Fiend monster with 2,000 or less attack from your hand to the field. So it really combos well with Infernities. And obviously for Infernities, you have to have no cards in your hand to trigger their effects. That's why if you draw all monsters, you really can't play with this deck. That's why people used to cheat back in old Yu-Gi-Oh! They would set monsters in their spell and trap card zones. That's why people hate Infernities, because a lot of people cheated with that deck in the past. Now, what's funny is in that the artifacts, you can actually set them to your spell and trap card zone, but that's part of their effects. Alright, so BDA draws a card, and let's see. I think Mario drew all monsters again, because he got Lavalval Chain with one back row. This deck usually sets, 2 to 3 back row. So BDA sets 1, sets 2. Now, these videos are going to be longer than my Edison videos, because I'm not speeding them up as much, because I want to go over the gameplay a little bit, and I'm also going to explain all the cards. Because obviously my channel has been Edison for over a year, so maybe some of you guys who don't really know Hat format want to get into it. I highly recommend it. It's a very fun format. Alright, so it looks like BDA just sets 4, so this is pretty good for Mario. He has a Lavalval Chain on the field. If he can deplete his hand and get to his combos, we'll see. Maybe he can... So he activates Lavalval Chain's effect. Yeah, I could see 3 monsters in his hand already. One of them being Infernity, Archfiend. But he has 2 Stygian Street Patrols in the graveyard, so... So one thing I will say, I think combo decks like Infernities and Sylvans are probably the 2 hardest decks to play in Hat format. Mermills too, but I think Infernities and Sylvans are probably the 2 hardest decks to play. I'm talking about whenever like you're going second and you have to play through your opponent's back rows, and you have to play through their hand traps. Not easy. Okay, so it looks like, ooh, Mario flips Trap Stun. Let's see if BDA is going to activate anything here. I mean, with Artifact Ignition, he can still... Yeah, so he's going to use Chain Artifact Sanctum. So he's going to special summon an artifact from his deck. So he chooses Moral Attack. And his Moral Attack was special summoning during your opponent's turn. Remember, the non-targeting destroy a face-up card. So he destroys the Lavalval Chain. But that's fine. You already dumped twice with Lavalval Chain, so who cares? All this gives him is a 2000 beater that Mario has to deal with. So here he's setting 2. Activate Stygian Street Patrol, banish it to special summon a Fiend with 2,000 or less attack from your hand. Summons Necromancer. So Infernity Necromancer, while you control no cards, special summons, once per turn, special summons an Infernity from your graveyard. So I think I've said in the past as like a Blizzard, but no, because you can do it once per turn. So it's even better than Blizzard. So here, he banishes the other Street Patrol. Does BDA have a hand trap? Either way, oh, he has Archfiend in the grave. Yeah, so this is looking good. So he's going to summon the Archfiend from his hand. And if he crows him, he's still got the Necromancer on the field. So, yeah, he's comboing off now. So, Archfiend is special summon. So, when Archfiend is special summon while you control no cards, he's going to trigger its effect to search any Infernity card from your deck to your hand. So, what's he going to search off the Archfiend? The good news is the any artifact variant. These decks aren't too complex. They're mostly control decks. You just got to figure out like what they're trying to do with Ignition. Sorry, with Artifact Ignition, Artifact Sanctum. It's a very, very easy deck to pilot. Okay, what's he gonna search? So he chooses Necromancer. Oh, he hasn't normal summoned. So yeah, I feel like this deck you kind of have to practice the lines and figure out the plays because I don't know what the best plays are with this deck. I've never played it. I know people talk about like the Archfiend Heiress and the field spell. Again, I don't know. So here he summons Necromancer, targets Archfiend. Let's see, does BDA have a... Oh, if he crows him, he's just going to Levier the Archfiend. Oh, wow. Yep. Now he can... Well, at least he can't use the Necromancer's effect again. That's the good news. Was BDA... I think this was going to happen no matter what BDA did. So here comes another instant fusion from Mario. I wonder if... Do they use Levier? They have to, right? Because they bring back Street Patrol with Levier. Okay, so he summons... Oh, he's going to... Okay, this is nice. I forgot he can bring out a level 3. So he's going to XYZ summon with the Necromancer he already used for Levier the Sea Dragon. So Levier the Sea Dragon is a level 3, 1800 monster. You detach a material from it to special summon... I believe a level 4 or lower... Yes, a level 4 or lower banished monster from either side of the field. Because you could... I remember in Tengu format, you would take like your opponent's Thunder Kings and stuff. Now, luckily, BDA has nothing banished, but he's probably going to get Archfiend. So here, BDA activates Artifact Ignition, destroys his Moral Attack. So again, it's an MST, but you have to have an artifact in your deck to set. So he's going to set... Does he have something else to set? So since Moral Attack was destroyed while it was in the spell and trap cards, it's going to special summon itself. Yeah, special summon itself. And he's going to destroy one face-up card in the field. Again, it doesn't target. So he's going to target Levier. Does he have a target for the Necromancer, though? Oh, I don't think he can bring back Necromancer with Necromancer. So this actually did stop Mario completely. Luckily, he had an Ignition and another Moral Attack. And his spell and trap card zone, yeah. I don't think Mario can do anything now, depending on what that last back row is. He can't use another instant fusion. Could it be a soul charge? But what was... I guess soul charge would be good if he plays 2 Levier. I don't know how much room Infernities have in their extra deck. Yep, this is not looking good, so... Oh, he can crash the Archfiend and then bring it back. Okay, that's another play I didn't think of. Yeah, so he crashes the Archfiend for 300. And then main phase 2, you can bring back Archfiend with Necromancer. Yes, bring back Archfiend. Trigger Archfiend's effect to search an Infernity card. But he can't really abuse, his XYZs right now. So what do you get if you're Mario? Oops, phone's on low battery here. Do you just get a break? Do you get Launcher for follow-up? That's what I'm wondering. What's he going to do? Okay, so I think he grabbed Launcher as a follow-up play. He's expecting BDA to wipe his field so that next turn he can he's probably going to... He has to set the Infernity Launcher. In case he top decks any card, you don't want to keep the Launcher in your hand. So yeah, Infernity Launcher, you can tribute it to special summon up to 2 Infernity monsters from your graveyard. So obviously it's like all the other Infernity cards, you have to control no cards in your hand to use it. And I believe it has another effect where you can send Infernities from your hand. Let me go look it up. Infernity... This card is limited to 1. It's one of the best cards in the deck. Infernity Launcher, yes. Yeah, once per turn, you send one Infernity monster from your hand to the graveyard. And then you can send this card to the graveyard and then target up to 2 Infernity monsters to the graveyard, special summon them. And it has obviously that other effect. Ooh. BDA summon Consider Pallades. This is really, really good against Infernities because you can kind of stop. You can keep them. You can maybe bounce their cards back. Because remember, for all the Infernities, they have to control cards to trigger their effects. So, Consider Pallades, you need 2 rank 5 light monsters, I believe. Yes, two level 5 light monsters. And once per turn during either player's turn, you can return 1 card on the field to the player's hand. So here, BDA ignitions the Infernity launcher. So he has to have another artifact in his deck to set. So he sets Beagle Talk. I think that's the only artifacts they play. Beagle Talk and Moral Talk, and occasionally you'll see people play Artifact Scythe, but I haven't seen it yet. So here, Soul Charge! Skill Charge. Okay, so he brings back 3 monsters, 2 Necromancers, and an Infernity Archfiend. So Archfiend's effect will trigger to search an Infernity card from his deck to his hand. Alright. Did we take the life points off for skill charge? No. 3,000 off for skill charge. I do love... So, some of you guys who watch my Edison videos know I always say, oh, hey. For hat format, it's definitely, oh, soul charge. But, you know, soul charge is going to happen way more often than heavy storm because soul charge is at 3, and almost all the decks play soul charge, also known as skill charge. Does BDA have a play? Torrential? Oh, he does play Torrential. He hasn't used Pallades, though, so he can bounce something back. Okay, so he goes Torrential, Chain Breakthrough skill on the Infernity Archfiend. Will he chain Pallades? He's going to bounce anything back? Okay, so he chains Pallades. Detaches to put what back? The back row? You guys have seen the power of skill charge. This is why people hate hat format, because everyone's been telling me to try Vegas format, which is basically hat without the soul charge, without the artifacts, and without the hands. But I will say this: it's playing soul charge is fun, but when you're playing soul charge, but when your opponent is using soul charge on you, it's not fun. So it's just, you know. It just depends. Are you trying to have fun or you're trying to have a more skillful format? Probably Vegas is more skilled format, but hat might be more fun. Alright, so here BDA activates Pot of Duality. Adds what? Call the Haunted, returns both Sanctums, probably because he doesn't have any artifacts left in his deck. So Pot of Duality, you reveal 3 cards. You reveal the top 3 cards from your deck. Choose one, shuffle, and then you can't special summon for the rest of the turn. You can only activate 1 Duality per turn. So he grabbed Call. So remember, the artifacts, if they're special summoned during your opponent's turn, they trigger their effects. Beagle Attack and Moral Attack do that. So yes, if this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, destroy 1 face-up card your opponent controls. And also, if this set card in the spell and trap zone is destroyed and sent to your graveyard, special summon it. All right, so here, BDA activates Call to the Photon Thrasher, and BDA chains Emptiness. Can he not attack with Thrasher? He probably chose not to attack, so... Well, you control no monsters. Cannot attack if you control another monster. So did he not attack him for 21? Oh, no, he did. He did attack him for 21. Okay. So what else? What happened to the Emptiness? Wait, what happened? Where's Mario's field? Oh, he Dark Hold him. Okay, that's what happened. I was confused. See, he Dark Hold the Thrasher, so the emptiness was destroyed since a card was sent from Mario's field to the graveyard. I got distracted. I was reading Photon Thrasher. So here he normal summons Trap Tricks Dionea. When Dionea's normal summon, you can special summon a Trap Trick monster from your graveyard, but he has none, so he just attacked him for 17. And here he just BDA just blind maxis. Remember, it's a quick effect during either player's turn. Just in case. He's kind of like, just maxi in case you try to do anything. I'm going to draw. Because he's at 1,000. He can't soul charge you again, so there's not much Mario can do here. So he activates Allure. Do Infernities usually play Allure? Huh. I don't know. Maybe. It's been a while. I don't remember the Infernity list. Maybe they did play Allure. So Mario's debating on what to banish with Allure. He chooses Dark Grepher. Good old Grepher. We know Grepher. From Edison. From Bayou. He just won't go away. Alright, so here Mario sets a monster. So he probably drew 3 monsters. Here comes Mind Control, and that is game. So BDA is moving on to top 4. We'll see if we can get that first win on the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed that match. I'm having a heck of a time commenting over these hat duels just because I haven't played this format in years. Anyways, let me know if you guys have any tips, recommendations, or if I missed something during these duels. And I'll see you guys next time for the rest of the tournament. Bye.